Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Tony and Sarah Zolecki, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
How's everybody doing? I have Big Hair Don't Care Day today. It's a little humid here in Minnesota, but I figure what the heck, let's do a video anyway. So it looks a little bit like I put my finger in a electrical socket, but yeah. You know, that's okay, right? We just kind of roll with it. So hope everybody's doing great. Oh, I love all the thank you little buttons. It's so cute. I love flowers. So guys, we have a really cool topic we want to talk about because we have a lot of people that have asked us about part-time versus full-time and when to do it, when not to do it. You know, they feel like their story isn't that great because they're part-time. So we are going to kind of demystify all that stuff, and we're going to talk about the truth, right? So hi Melody, hey everybody, jumping on. So should we go ahead and let's get started with it?
Rock it out.
Okay. So guys, we want to talk a little bit about, you know, part-time story, right? Because here's the thing that I think is super important. You know, people ask us all the time, well, hey, you know, when do you think we could, you know, go full-time in our business? When did you guys go full-time? And I think sometimes there tends to be this, you know, kind of hurry up and let's go full time right away, right? And I understand that some of you guys that are watching, you maybe don't like your job, you're maybe working somewhere that, you know, doesn't give you fulfillment or whatever it may be, right? Yeah. I get that. And I know that a lot of us, we fall in love with this profession, so we want to be full time as soon as possible. But I will tell you that there is nothing worse than building this business out of desperation versus building it because you want to, right? It's not like you need to do that, right? Yeah. And so it's important to realize that your story part-time is super, super effective. You know, it's super effective. And the reality is that, you know, guys, I tell people our business, when we bring brand new people in the business, our thing is we teach them, hey, not only are we going to teach you how to make money, but more importantly, we're going to teach you how to keep it, right? Because we've seen a lot of people that have gotten started in this profession that make cash, and then the next thing we know is they're broke, right? Or they just, I mean, it's brutal. Or they decide they want to go full time right away. And so, you know, they may have that 1 month or those 2 months that they make 10 grand and they think they landed the jackpot. Yeah. And the reality is that our business has ebbs and flows. And, you know, we tell people don't even think about full time until you are totally debt free, right?
Yeah. And you have a year of income in your bank account.
At least.
Or even 2 years. And here's the thing I'll tell you, because I get this all the time. I mean, 8-10 hours a day, if you're full time, what are you going to do with yourself?
Right.
You're more powerful getting home, having dinner with the family, and going 2 hours that evening and maxing out that time with doing the basics to create a business that grows and grows for you. So, you know, you're more effective in those 2 hours versus those 8, 9, 10 hours. You're going to be sitting at home going, what do I do? I got 8, 9, 10 hours now. And you think you're busy and you're doing stuff that's productive, but really it's not getting you the results that you want. So just know that you're more powerful in those 2 hours versus those 8-10 hours you would have if you were full-time every single day at your house.
Right. I mean, you're just way, way more effective. And so I think, too, understand that, you know, the reality is for a lot of people that are full-time, brand new people, they typically, they can't relate to the story. For Tony and I, they can't relate to the size of our team and the income that we make. And so what I want to share with you guys is be proud of your story. Yeah. Be proud of being part-time, because guess what? Sometimes people say, oh, Sarah, you know what? I wish I had your story. I could recruit and bring a lot more people in the business. And I'm like, you know what? No, you don't. Yeah. Your story that you have, you need to own it and be proud of it. The reality is, guys, guess what? There's people that get involved in our business because they just want to make $250 a month. They want to be able to make money to pay for their kids' diapers that month. I mean, we were just at an event that I love it. We have a great girl that's in our business part-time, and she's like, you know why I do this business? Is because my daughter has $3,000 of medical bills that we have to pay for every single month. And that's what, you know, and that's what moves her to build this business. So understand, those stories that you have, be proud of them. Don't be ashamed. Don't be like, oh, it's not very much or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stand up and be proud, because the reality is so many people would love to have an extra $250 a month. They would love to have an extra $500 a month. They would love to have an extra $1,000 a month, right? And if you don't have a story yet, it's okay.
Yeah.
Like, just, we can help you. You'll be able to start creating your story as you gain the skills and learn how to do the business. But just understand that the power of part-time is so much more powerful a lot of times than a full-time story of, people, talking about the business.
And a part-time story is more believable.
Yeah.
And we're in the belief building business. We build trust with people, we transfer belief, and people believe a part-time story 10 times, 100 times more than someone saying, I'm making all this money, this is amazing, I do this full time. I get that, but it's more believable, it's more powerful. You'll get more people in your business, you'll get your business to move faster, and that story is what duplicates. That story is what people can do. That story is what is going to resonate as as you're building a team throughout the organization, throughout different states and countries and things like that. So be proud of it. Know that a part-time business is phenomenal, and if someone tells you it isn't, do not listen to them, because there's so many people that make the jump and they get hurt and they're in a really tough situation then, and they're wondering how they're going to pay bills, how they're going to take care of their family, how they're going to do the things that they have set up to do, and it just isn't cool. And we talk about this all the time with our people.
Well, and I think too, guys, as we wrap up this live, it's important to understand, being debt-free, that's the new black, right? I mean, for those of you that like to be trendy and cool, being debt-free, that's what's cool. It's not cool that you can drive a fancy car that you can't afford. It's not cool that you live in a house that you're totally house broke. It's not cool because you can buy some designer clothes. What's cool, the stories that you can tell is, how many zeros you have in your bank account. The fact that you're debt-free and you don't have any credit card debt. The fact that what do you have in your savings account. I mean, for Tony and I, we're all about we stash our cash at the end of the day. I mean, number one, we tithe. Number two, we also reinvest in our business. And then number three, we save. Those are the three things that we do consistently. And so, learn to get caught up in that hype, right? Not the hype of feeling I need to have all these things to impress people. Your story and your heart, that's what impresses people. Not the toys, not the things. And granted, guys, don't get me wrong. We like nice things too, but we also realize that that's not relatable for so many people out there. But guess what? Getting out of debt is relatable and it's smart. And we have this sense of just peace, peace of knowing when we put our head down that we have things like a nest egg and those sort of things, right? So get caught up in that, right? Get caught up in that part. And you know what? Some of you, you don't ever have to go full time. You don't have. A lot of you guys have great careers, right? And so guess what? Your part-time story forever is the best part of it. So with that, guys, have a great, great day. Hope you guys got some good value. If you did, please share this with your teams and encourage to share it out, because I think there's a big misconception of really the importance of part-time and just how cool it is to have a part-time story. So with that, guys, God bless. We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
See ya.